For some of us, the changes in hormone levels in our 40s can make fat accumulation easier than ever. And our previous weight loss strategies don't seem to work anymore. So what can we do? Can walking be the solution? In this video, I'll explore the science behind walking to see if there is any evidence confirming its benefits for women over 40. My name is Claudia, I'm a 45-year-old holistic nutrition coach with a master's in human nutrition and dietetics, and help women in the 40s to reclaim their energy and feel and look their best while navigating perimenopause and menopause. Let's begin by examining this meta-analysis, which is a review of many different studies to figure out what the combined results actually show. The study included over 1,100 participants, examining various walking interventions for weight loss and cardiovascular health. In the trials, participants were only instructed to walk more, with no changes to their diets or other exercise routines. The studies had people walking 4 times a week for 40 minutes per session for about 35 weeks. The findings showed that on average, individuals lost 2 pounds, about 1 kilo, a significant result given that no dietary changes were made. Interestingly, the control group, those who did not incorporate walking into their routine, actually gained a few pounds on average. This indicates that adding walking not only prevented the usual weight gain associated with aging, but also led to weight loss, amounting to around 5 pounds, 2.2 kilos, compared to those who didn't add walking. The meta-analysis also revealed that incorporating 40 minutes of walking 4 times a week resulted in a reduction of blood pressure by 1 to 1.5 points for both systolic and diastolic measures, along with an increase in VO2 max by 3, indicating improved cardiovascular fitness. Let's now have a look at this study with 20 middle-aged obese women. 10 of them were assigned to the exercise group, and they were asked to walk 3 days per week for 50 to 70 minutes, while the other 10, as part of the control group, maintained the sedentary lifestyle. After 12 weeks, researchers reported significant reductions in subcutaneous and visceral fat for the exercise group, as well as improved insulin resistance, which is one of the causes to fat accumulation. In this study published in 2022, researchers analyzed data from over 6,000 participants where 73% were female, with an age between 41 and 67. The data was collected over a 4-year period from people's activity trackers. The results showed that taking more steps every day was linked to a lower risk of getting diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, acid reflux, depression, obesity, and sleep apnea. The study suggests that increasing the number of steps you take might help prevent these health problems. To be more specific, 8,000 to 9,000 steps per day seem like the ideal number to reduce risk of many common conditions. But feel free to round up to the number that we all know, 10,000 or even higher. What about the intensity of our walk? Does it matter? Let's have a look at this study with 25 postmenopausal women who had to walk for 4.8 kilometers, 4 days a week for 15 weeks. One group had to walk for a pace of 6.6 kilometers per hour, while the other was keeping a pace of 5.5 kilometers per hour. After a total of 30 weeks, fat measurements were also taken in 16 of the 25 women. With this study, researchers were looking not only at fat loss, but also at bone strength, which is also an important measurement for women over 40. Let's have a look at the findings. The women who started with more body fat and walked slowly lost more fat, especially around their belly, over 30 weeks. Walking fast didn't specifically help lose belly fat as they thought, but it did help lose fat in other parts of the body. Interestingly, walking slowly for a longer time helped them lose more fat overall compared to walking fast, even though fast walking is usually considered more intense. They concluded that slow walking might be better for people who have more body fat to begin with. Doing long exercise sessions might be even more effective for losing weight. So in simple terms, whether you walk fast or slow, both can help you stay healthy. But if you want to lose more fat, especially if you are starting with more, taking a longer stroll might be the way to go. To maximize fat burning during your walking routine, aim for peak fat oxidation levels, which represent the optimal intensity for burning fat. This study suggests that this peak occurs at about 60% of your maximum heart rate. You can estimate your maximum heart rate by subtracting your age from 220. For example, since I'm 45, my estimated maximum heart rate would be 175. Walking at an intensity that keeps you around 60% of your maximum heart rate is recommended. For women, the study found that the ideal walking speed for maximizing fat burning was about 3 miles per hour or 4.8 kilometers per hour. This helps ensure that you are in the sweet spot, burning a significant amount of fat without transitioning too much into burning carbohydrates at higher intensities. So sport experts make a point that walking is more beneficial than running when it comes to fat loss, because even if you burn more calories when you run, you burn more fat for fuel when you're walking rather than muscle when running. So since in our 40s we should be focusing in preserving muscle while losing fat, walking is supposed to be a better option than running. Another important point is that running might make you hungrier than walking, and we won't want to consume extra calories, especially if some of them might come from unhealthy foods. I believe we all agree that walking in a forest is different than walking on the pavement or on the beach. So how does the surface we walk on influence our walk? In this research, scientists studied how 10 healthy adults, 5 men and 5 women aged between 18 and 48, walk on different surfaces: sidewalk, dirt, gravel, grass, and wood chips, and how it affects their energy use. They found that walking on uneven or challenging surfaces makes people use more energy. Even though most people's walking style didn't change much, the variation in the steps, like how high they lift their feet or how wide the steps are, increased on bumpy grounds, and this made them use more energy. This other study investigated how walking on uneven terrain affects the body's movement and energy expenditure. Walking on bumpy surfaces makes people change how they walk. The steps become different lengths and widths, and their muscles work more. So walking outside on natural surfaces is harder for our muscles and makes us use more energy. Most studies we have seen so far require the participant to walk for 40 minutes or longer. However, breaking up your steps with multiple walks throughout the day instead of one long walk can promote consistent activity and stabilize blood sugar levels. While you can still incorporate a long walk in the morning and add shorter walks throughout the day, the key is to avoid having one active part of your day and the rest sedentary. Breaking up your steps and walks throughout the day prevent prolonged periods of sitting, contributing to more stable blood sugar levels by engaging your muscles frequently throughout the day. Every time you stand up and move, you are activating your entire body. Also, taking these breaks has the added benefit of reducing screen time. Breaks like getting up to grab a glass of water or going to the toilet also count. Walk outside when possible, as exposure to natural environments can reduce the stress hormone cortisol, which, when elevated, is directly linked to abdominal weight gain. To maximize the benefits of your walk, vary your walking environments beyond just the treadmill. However, if that's your only option, walking on a treadmill is still better than not walking at all. The best time to go for a walk is the time that works for you, depending on your schedule and commitments. However, if your schedule allows it, prioritize your walks outside right after sunrise and after your meals. Morning walks can help in setting your natural circadian rhythm, which improves your sleep cycle, promoting restful sleep. After meal walks, even just 10 minutes, aid our muscles in absorbing excess blood sugar accumulating after eating. This minimizes the need for a significant insulin spike, the hormone responsible for storing fat, as our muscles use the sugar immediately. Walking after meals not only helps lower blood sugar levels, but also contributes to stabilizing them, reducing sugar cravings. Here are a few ways you can increase the steps you take daily. Park further away. Take the stairs. Walk during your calls. Have a walk chat with your friends. Drink more so that you go more to the toilet. Get a walking desk. Plan your walks and add them to your calendar. And go for a 10 minutes walk after your meals. And don't forget, consistency is key. Another way to shed some fat in your 40s is by incorporating intermittent fasting into your life. But make sure to avoid the 15 mistakes I talk about in this video here. If you're new to my channel and want to take control of your health, make sure you subscribe right here to watch new videos every Wednesday. Thanks so much for tuning in e ci vediamo nel prossimo video. Ciao!